Hello, everyone. Paul here. Today I'm going to talk about two mistakes that I've learned from doing options trading, and I'm going to kind of go over that. And the information I talk about is not financial advice. It's just through my own observation. You watching might have a different opinion, but this is just what I personally observed and what I see as the best way to do options trading. And I've made mistakes in the past, and it's basically these two things that have caused option trading not to kick off for me because of these two mistakes. The first being my focus was out of the money instead of into the money, and I'm gonna go into that in this video. And the other mistake I made was when I did options trading, I was focusing on ETFs, and ETFs, basically SPY, and ETFs are meant for, in my opinion, to hold, hold for long. They're meant to hold. In my opinion, they're not meant to do options trading with. What I tend to focus on now is I focus on individual companies, and I find that individual companies work out better than focusing on doing options trading with ETFs. Now, nothing wrong with it. It's just the ETFs are a little more volatile because you're dealing with a basket of ETFs and a whole bunch of companies that it's all bundled into one. It's not one company. It's bundled, and it's how the overall ETF is doing. That's based off of whatever it covers with that ETF. When you focus on one individual company, like I've been talking about in this video, like Starbucks and McDonald's, and even the Bitcoin one. I forget that one. But if you focus on those, your results will probably be a little bit better if you focus on just individual companies. So I'm going to show you today is a couple scenarios, and I'll walk you through the process of what I do to do my trades. And that should help increase my chances. My first trade here doing this strategy is probably going to be in a couple days. I'll go over my strategy at the end of this video, but right now I kind of want to walk you guys through the formula of why I'm doing in the money instead of out of the money, and why individual companies are better than doing options trading with ETFs. Okay, so first what I want to look at is I want to go over an ETF. We're going to look at SPY real quick, and I want to look at this just real quick, and we're going to do an options, and we're going to see what I did before in the past is we did out of the money. And we got to punch in the chart here real quick just to give you guys an idea. Let's do SPY. Okay, so with SPY, come on now. With SPY, let's look at here. Now, let's look at this on the day. I usually trade on the day. Okay, so my formula going, and the formula goes with the 5 and the 8, and checking the RSI. Now, notice what the RSI is doing. It's extremely bouncy. Even on the daily, it's extremely bouncy, and that's because it's dealing with a whole bunch of individual companies. It's more volatile here. But even though you could, it's very hard to find points of getting in with the strategy that I've kind of taught, because you come in here, well, you can still manage to get some gains, but it's not clearly as doing individual here. But if you came in here, the RSI, and we see 2 days, 2 days, you got an $8 difference in price. So to me, those results aren't as good as doing it with individuals. You see how bouncy the RSI is getting. That is on the daily. If I don't even go look at the hour. The hour is Well, the hour isn't that bad if you do it by the hour, but still, it looks extremely bouncy just because it's an ETF. So what I want to do for this video is I want to look at McDonald's. We're going to look at McDonald's, and we're going to look at that other company. I can't remember what they are. It'll come to me. We're going to look at McDonald's. Oh, first let's look at SPY real quick. So out of the money, when what I did previously is I would do maybe, you see the 383, let's see what call is. We're just looking at numbers here, but I'd usually do two of them down. Let's do call. Two of them down. And you notice here from, even if you wanted to do this, usually there's a whole bunch of area here that you would have to get to before you even start making money. That's out of the money. You have to wait for a certain point before you can start making gains. But when you do in the money, and let's just do McDonald's here real quick. And I'm going to see. We'll do McDonald's and show you. If we focus individually on individual companies, we'll do options. So let's look at McDonald's real quick. Oh, we're already on McDonald's. Okay, so from look at this pattern, we could say that McDonald's is probably going to keep going down, but you want to use my strategies to make your steps, you want to wait for the RSI to cross it, and right now that would be my point. Let's look at it on the daily here. Okay, so it has already crossed down. So my guess would be that tomorrow it's going to start going down, but so I would get in around. So anyway, let's just say it goes down, and what I would do is I would do out of the money. And I maybe would pick this one, or... But anyway, out of the money, you have to wait longer to see actual results. So what my new strategy going here is I focus on in the money, and in the money you're paying a little bit more money. So I would trail back as far as I could. And I personally would do around 500 to 1,000. I'd focus on these top numbers here. And you'll notice, let's just pick one. Now, this is kind of my strategy going. Let's look at the 575 here per contract. And you'll notice that you do not start here. You start here, and your gains, if you're right on your strategy, you'll start making gains right away, but it does cost more money for the contracts. Keep that in mind. So if you started here and it goes your way, you start making money right away. So, but the only downside here is it costs more money to do in the money contracts. So my goal here, and what I'm looking for, is I'm going to be doing the McDonald's stock, and I'd be looking for the signal on the day. McDonald's is the stock that I'm going to be focusing on probably in a couple days. I'd probably be waiting for McDonald's to shoot back up with the RSI, and I'll probably come in with a call with McDonald's, and that'll be probably the first option trading I'll probably do in a couple days. But I'd be looking for a call from that scenario. But anyway, if you came in with the in the money, and let's see what the average is for McDonald's. If you did this on the day, let's just say you did it right here. What was the average here? Now, if you can do your contracts for 7 days, let's just see what that would do. So start from here and let's wait 7 days. That's right here. That's 8 days. 7 days right here. So that was a $8 difference in price. So if you start doing it at an $8 difference, this is a put here. So let's say 291, take away 8. So we're looking for a 283 here. See how much money we can make from 283. 283 if it registers here. It doesn't even register. But anyway, you'd be looking at some pretty good money, and I want to try to get some exact numbers here. Let's do a dollar difference in price. Let's do $290.75. Okay, so that's about $100. So, okay, so it was from here to 7 days, which was here. So this would $10 difference in price. So that is about the move. $10 difference in price, about $1,000. If you did in the money, this would have turned into about $1,000 for a $10 difference in price. So anyway, that's what I do. I look for in the money. It costs more. It costs more money to do in the money, but to me, it's well worth it. And my goal here is to focus on McDonald's. I do McDonald's as my primary because I like the results. Because you make about $100 for every dollar that you write, and if you're doing in the money here, let's just do a couple scenarios and see how well somebody would do. Right here, we see the RSI going down. This would not be a good move. Let's look for another one. So we see the RSI crossing up right here. This would be a good move because you see the RSI going up and you see the moving averages going up. So this would be a good move on the day. So we come in here. We write it out for a week. If you want to do a week, this is about right here. This is about a this is $5 difference price. So you're looking at about $586 in 7 days for this move. So that is kind of the strategy and kind of what I've learned from doing options is to focus more on doing in the money instead of out of the money and focus more on individual companies. So anyway, my strategy going forward is to focus on those small companies like McDonald's. I think McDonald's is going to be primarily the one I focus on. I like to, if you're right on your direction, you can make $100 for every dollar that you're right, which is if you focus on in the money, you'll make that. You don't have to wait, and you're not doing out of the money. So my goal here is to focus on creating, doing McDonald's and getting the gains. Now, what I'm personally doing, this is not financial advice, but whatever my gains are in an options trade, I take that, I divide it up by, I divide it in half, and what I'm doing for the other half is I'm buying dividend stocks that pay monthly, so I'm going to be increasing my monthly income with dividends over time. And the other half of that goes into my balance, and the more I have, the more contracts I can buy over time. But what I plan on doing is focusing on McDonald's until I can. I really want to start doing the micro strategy because I haven't walked you guys through the micro strategy. If you guys want to see that video, make sure you check that video. But you can make a lot. But with micro strategy is we've seen the other video that I've talked about with it. You can make about you could find about $20 to $50 difference in price in a move, which means you could potentially make around $2,000, $5,000 per move, because that is one of the top ones that I will focus on in the future. But right now I'll be focusing on McDonald's because I kind of like the whole, make $100 for every dollar, and focus on doing it with in the money and not out of money. Now, I hope this video has helped. This is not financial advice. It's just observation that I've noticed, and things that will help me personally going forward. I personally am not going to be doing out of the money anymore. I'm only going to be focused on in the money contracts. It will cost more, but you don't have to wait to get those gains. You're more likely to get your gains right away after the contracts go in, but keep in mind they will cost a little bit more money doing in the money contracts. And I focus on doing getting getting the week contracts, because I'm not going to do any more than that. Because if you get a 2-week contract with in the money, it's going to just cost more money. It's good to kind of slowly just scale your way up. Now, if you guys want to look at the formula, more detail of how I do the actual trade, I did a little bit in this video, but definitely watch a couple more videos where I talk about my exact formula on how I do my trades. But anyway, if you guys like this video, this is not financial advice. Like this video, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.